Today, we are talking about writing killer follow up messages. So, if you want to bring in more clients, this is going to be one of the most helpful videos you're ever going to watch. Because the truth is, when it comes to sending emails to warm leads or your referral network, most people really struggle with what to say so it doesn't feel salesy or awkward. And the reason is because you don't have a method for creating authentic messages that engage people that you just haven't talked to in a while. So, I had this problem too until I found a way to one, use AI to help me find personalized topics for everybody I wanted to follow up with. And then two, create a system that reminds me when I'm supposed to follow up with people and when. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the whole thing. It's actually a simple process and it's going to help you increase your close rate from 2 to 3% to maybe over 60%. And trust me when I say this is a way to use AI to make your messages more personal and more authentic instead of automated and robotic. By the way, I'm Laura Zovelson, and this is the Gen Expert Show. I'm a serial founder, former professor of entrepreneurship, and award winning brand strategist. And I don't say anything on this show I haven't taught, tried, and tested. All right, now, before we get into the play by play, I just want to take a minute to talk about why following up with your referral system and warm leads who maybe you connected with, but you haven't talked to in a while can really make an impact on your business. So the reality is, if you're doing any marketing at all, you're probably chasing new leads, trying to get people who have never heard of you before to do business with you. But the fact is that cold outreach only converts at 2 to 3%. So either the timing isn't right or they haven't been exposed to you enough to trust you. But if someone is referred to you, the chances that they'll buy jumps to almost 60%. And former clients, you have a 60 to 70% chance of getting them to buy something else from you. And then there are those people, those calls that were like, well, maybe later, or the timing's not right, or the LinkedIn DMs that just didn't go anywhere. So there's all these warm leads who are just sitting out there, and they are maybe 20 to 40% more likely to buy from you than the new leads. So let's talk about how we can go get these people. So obviously, the worst thing you can do is nothing. But the second worst thing you could do is send that I'm just following up email because there's absolutely no reason for them to engage or respond, and so it's almost wasted effort. So, what we want to do is send a message that actually connects with them. But if we're going to commit to doing a few of these a week, we don't want it to take a ton of time. So, this is where AI can give us an amazing assist. So, we need to do a little prep work before we ask AI to help us out. Now, there's three buckets of people that are going to be much more likely to buy from you than the randos on LinkedIn. Bucket number one is people who've referred clients to us in the past or people who have a lot of access to the people that we'd like to work with. Bucket number two, former clients. And then bucket number three are people who either booked a call with you or messaged you in your LinkedIn DMs or something like that, that you had some kind of a conversation with, and then it just kind of dropped off. So, what we need to do is make a list of anyone you know that falls into any one of those three buckets. Just start with a list of 10 or 20 people. It doesn't have to be crazy. And the second thing we're going to need is their website. Now, if they don't have a website, what you can do is take a screenshot of their LinkedIn profile. The reason you can't just put a link of their LinkedIn profile in there is because right now LinkedIn blocks the AI tools we're talking about from accessing LinkedIn. So once you have those two pieces of information, right, the name and the website or the screenshot, you could either put them in a spreadsheet or put them in just a simple Google Doc table. And now it's time to call in AI. So the easiest way to get AI to help with this is to go to Perplexity or ChatGPT or Claude, wherever you have a paid account. Now, I will say that as the time that I recorded this, I did test all three, and Claude was giving me the best results. So for each person on your list, you're going to use this exact prompt. I want to check in with a former client, drop in their website, suggest 2 to 3 natural reasons to reach out that would feel genuine and not salesy. So when I did this for one of my former clients that I wanted to reach out to, I put it in Claude Opus 4.5, and this is the results that I got. So if you look at it, these are three really good ideas. One is sending a resource or an observation. One is just kind of like a friendly peer-to-peer check-in. And the other one is actually just offering her an opportunity to come be a guest on the podcast. So I feel like these gave me three really good things to choose from to send her an email that was a hell of a lot better than, hey, I'm just checking in. So honestly, you could just stop right there, pick one of those angles, draft an email, and be done with it. But if you feel like you want to go an extra step, I always ask, are there any recent resources or articles that I could send this person that they might appreciate? And so I did that, and Claude gave me 3 really nice, relatively recent reports and articles, and also gave me some ideas about angles I could use to include that in my email with her. Now, one quick reminder, if you're going to send a link to somebody, be sure to check it. The AI still do hallucinate. You might even be better off using Perplexity. They're a little bit more likely to give you something recent that's real. Just always click the links for yourself. All right, so now you have all the information you need to put together a really genuine email, and you're going to get a massively increased likelihood for a response. If you want to, you can take the reins from there and go draft the email on your own. Or I usually ask AI to do a draft for me based on the angle that I pick and any resources that I wanted to share. So this is the one that Claude put together for me. Now, I wouldn't send this email exactly as Claude wrote it because I'm probably going to put some personal stuff in there that Claude would have no way of knowing about. But this whole process took me less than 5 minutes. So think about it. You could set aside 15 to 30 minutes a week and be connecting with 3 to 5 people in your network that could either send you clients or become clients. Now, that's probably a fraction of the time that you're spending looking for posts to comment on LinkedIn right now, right? So if you're just getting started with AI or you don't have the time to build anything out, just make this your weekly system. Go to the list you created, do 3 to 5 of these every week. And when you get through your list, just make a new list. Now, I'm going to tell you how I would automate this if you want to go to the next level with AI in just a second. But first, this video is part of my new Try It with AI series. And if it was helpful, I would love it if you'd reach out and tap that like button. Or if you have an idea for a topic you'd like me to cover, go ahead and drop that in the comments. Okay, so if you want to level up and automate this, here's how I would do it. First, I would start with a simple database in Notion or Airtable, and I'd add in check in dates, maybe every 90 days or every 6 months, depending on the kind of work that you do. And then you could filter it by whoever is due for a check in this week. Then you could just copy and paste those rows into Claude, or you could use a Zapier or N8N automation that would do it for you and then generate angles for 5 to 10 people at a time. Now, I would not do more than 10 rows of data at a time, or the error rate of the AI just really increases. But anyway, then you would have angles and resources for 5, 10 people, and you could just draft all your emails, schedule them, and you'd be done. For most of us with solo businesses, just doing it the way I originally told you, picking 3 to 5 people and putting their names and their websites in and running those prompts every week, that's going to be enough time savings. And it's going to give you enough control over the process so you really feel like you're making those human connections. Now, this system works for lukewarm to even hot leads, and it's great for reconnecting with your referral network. But if you're looking for your referral network to send you better leads, so people who are a better match with your ideal client, this is the video you want to watch next.